Hi guys, Dark Aperture here, and today I'm back with a $2,500 game PC build. Now this is overkill for many people, but I don't care. It's time to make a high-end build. So I'll have the parts list, and then we'll get on to the actual build. Time's up, you should pause the video. Now for the processor, I went up the Intel Core i7-4770K. Now the reason I went up this CPU over the i5 is because you're talking a high-end build here, so you need the i7 to get additional rendering performance. It's a virtual 12 core, it's just plain powerful, and it runs off LG 1150, so you'll be able to upgrade to the 5770K when it's out in 2014, which is a plus since this build is actually upgradable. Not if you, unlike if you went to Ivy Bridge and went up the first 70K to save money. I don't think that's a good decision in the long term. Now this is a $350 CPU, not the best value, but it's pretty powerful anyway. Now, with this CPU, since you're talking high-end build, you need liquid cooling. So we went up the Corsair H100i. It's a powerful dual radiator liquid cooler. It'll let you overclock the i7 to the limit, maybe even break 5 GHz. And since it's a Corsair water cooler, which is typically a high quality water cooler, it's probably not going to crap out on you. And this is all for $110. And it'll fit in our high-end case we put here too. Okay. Now, for the RAM, I went with Corsair Vengeance 16 gigs of DDR3 1600. Now, 16 gigs is a lot for gaming. It's very overkill, but you're having a high-end system here, so you should have more than 8 gigs of RAM. And this is $135, so it's pretty good. Now, with the motherboard, we went with the newly released Asus Sabertooth ZD7. It's the follow-up to the massively successful Asus Sabertooth Z77. It has the same thermal armor, improved performance, and it runs off the new LG 1150 socket. It's got everything in terms of features, and overclocking of it should be very easy. It's also got UEFI BIOS, all for $260, and you're getting what you paid for, simply because of the thermal armor. That'll make sure no dust gets on your stuff, on your components, in the board, and it's easy to work with too. So now for the most important part of the build, the graphics card, or should I say, the graphics cards. You thought I was gonna go with a single Titan? Nope. I'm going with two Sapphire Range G7970 GHz editions. These are the 3 gig versions for Sapphire's amazing VaporX cooler. The only reason I'm picking this over dual 770s is because number one, the 770s I could get for this won't have as good a cooler. Number two, the Sapphire card, this 7970 GHz comes with 4 games. The 770 only comes with Metro Last Light. And there's one more fact. This card, the 770 GHz, 7970 GHz edition, has 3 gigs of GDDR5, and 770 only has 2 gigs of GDDR5. These cards could also probably run Crysis 3 in 1440p at 30 FPS if you turn the anti-aliasing down. Crysis 3 is very intensive. And this is for $840, so it's cheaper than a GTX Titan, yet it's better than a GTX Titan. So, now for the hard drive, I went with the 2TB Caviar Black. It's very fast for its class, it's very high capacity, and it's very good value. Just keep in mind, 2 terabytes is more than you'll ever need. Until games start taking up a terabyte of storage, then you'll need something bigger. And this is for $190, so that's pretty awesome. Now, for the solid state drive, I went with a Samsung 840 Pro, which is the best SSD on the market right now. But I went with the low-end 128 gig option, just because it's all you need to put Windows 8 and your key apps like Photoshop on there. And it's $150. That's pretty cheap in SSD terms, and considering the performance you get at this drive, that's pretty awesome. So, To power this whole system, you're going to need something that's a beast, and a beast this thing is. I went for Corsair HX 10050 watt power supply. It's 80 plus gold, which means the quality is exceptional, and it's SOI ready, so no duh, since 1050 watts should handle a SOI and Crossfire. Yeah, did I say only SOI in the first part? Because it's Crossfire ready too, no duh. It's just plain high quality in general, because Corsair makes some really awesome power supplies. It's also $240. Nice job, Corsair, in this one. Now for the optical drive, it's a Asus Black Blu-ray drive, $55. It's only optical drive. Just have a Blu-ray drive since it's a high-end system. And you're going to need Blu-ray since with the system you'll probably be burning Blu-rays. Now, for the case, I didn't go with something humble. I went for Cooler Master Storm Striker. Now, this version doesn't seem to show a window, yet it does have a window, do not worry. It's got plenty of expansion slots, 9 of them to be exact, and it's very high quality. I couldn't ask for anything else in a case at this price, and Cooler Master seems to have some case options I've never seen before. Yep. Of course, it makes great cases too, but these ones look nicer and seem to be better in general. Except for the 9D versus the Cosmos 2. The Cosmos 2 looks better, but it's a lot heavier, so the 9D is just more practical. Yeah. Now, in the end, this comes to $2,500, which is pretty amazing. This is right on the budget. This is the first time I've just put a bunch of parts in, hoping it'll work, and I actually hit the budget dead on. That's pretty awesome. Now, if you like this build, subscribe to me, Dark Aperture, if you liked it, and goodbye, guys.